So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope it's working. Looks good. Looks good. Live. Oh, no, I cannot hear myself. Yeah, I have a double microphone. Okay, so it has to be silent microphone. But you can hear me. Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Maybe you can just write in the chat if it's okay. Yo, what's up? Hello. Yes. Yes, good. Because, yeah, um, I have to turn off the speakers where the whole sound is turned off for me. Otherwise, it will be double here from the microphone. As I'm sitting in the studio now, which is a kind of, yeah, very good acoustics for the voice, but the light is really shitty um, because the room is very dark. But it's okay. It's fine. It's absolutely good. Welcome, guys. Hello. Welcome to the second live stream here on this channel. Nice, 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 nice. Lander is here. Hello. Where are you now? Are you still on tour? In Spain, Portugal, or France? I'm really curious. Nice, Spain. So you've got good weather? Because we are enjoying now the autumn already with cold rain and no sun. Nice, 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 nice. That's pretty nice. Enjoy, enjoy. Absolutely nice. Yeah, so welcome. So this is a live stream I would really like to do regularly here in this format, but this setting will change, like from the phone in a better light situation and stuff. But it's okay as it is, as it is. So it has to be okay. Otherwise, it will be different, and everything is perfect as it is. So yeah, welcome. If you have any questions, ask it. I can maybe make some introduction into our nature, what we are. So as you can already see, the channel name is differently. I changed the name of the channel to You Are Dead. Literally, you are dead, which is the direct pointer on what you are, as there is only you. As there is only that what is, which is direct, immediate, not even spontaneously, because spontaneous would mean this is already too late. Like every description for describing that what you are is like already too late. And those words can only be the pointer. Pointer, like the pointer pointing to the moon. There's this anecdote like this I don't know the word in English. Just this the finger that points to the moon is never the moon. So like the ego will try to, when you say about the words are just coming here from that what you are, what you cannot not be. So all those words will never describe it. And those are only pointers. And I always say, and everybody also like, don't believe me what I say. Never believe anything because it's not about belief. It's not about believing, because believing all comes out of the ego. And there are 1,001 million way to believe whatever. And every belief is already separation, because for that has to be then the ego, the I. So whatever is said here, I can just point seemingly, but you don't have to stick to the finger, and you should not. So the moon is the moon, but not the finger that shows this is the moon. Like just Don't believe any word. Don't believe anything. The only thing that really counts for you is your own experience. So those words and this whole effort here, this live stream, this videos on this channel is just you in your nature, just like an how is it called? An order in the universe that you did to yourself to just remind yourself. And then suddenly it can be like in one moment, still a second, because even if you don't know now who you are, it will be a split of second. And most of the people coming here and going to satsang, going to whatever talks with masters, teachers, because there is no master teacher, there is no disciple relationship. This is also like a dream. So the whole effort is always to say you are that already, and you will never get there. So the ego loves, of course, the finger pointing to the moon, but it's not about that. It's about just being and seeing that the whole effort will never lead to anything because there is not even anybody to reach the state of whatever. So in the dream of the ego, of the illusion, of the hell, reaching many, many states seemingly are possible. State of enlightenment, state of being the nirvana, being the light, being consciousness, is even everything is a dream. As you are cannot be identified, and you cannot reach what you are because you already are what you are. So the reaching and the seeking, the search, looking and waiting and hoping and believing are all dimensions of the ego. But when you are just here now by yourself, not giving any attention to all those dimensions, to all those movements, just being and seeing, just be and see. And this is, you can practice it. It's not like you can practice it because there's no you to practice, but when there is a certain openness, and if you are here, there is an openness. There is already some knowing going on that you are not the body, that there's no world, that something bigger is there. It's something absolute, unconditioned is there in the background, or you feel it. There is some knowing going on. And at the same time, you already absolute know that the world is not real, that all these concepts and theories and that there is no separation. So there's knowing. So like the inner sun is already waking up, and the light of consciousness, and like this is what you are, and it's just burning every concept of stupidity, every concept of identification. And this is the seemingly process of the dark night of the soul, where the ego tries to survive as much as it can in every possibility, just sticking to this, trying to survive because I know I die, I cannot die, I don't want to die. So I will grab this, try to this, try this, try this, try this. But at the same time, this knowing, this absolute that you are, without any fear, this big openness, this love, it's just getting more obvious to itself. Yeah. When the ego dissolves, could identify with awareness, but really what you are is not any identity. Yeah, that's what I said. So the the ego, you can say to yourself, "Oh, the ego dissolves, but now identify. I am the awareness. I am the awareness now." The ego says. Even this is separation. When you dream yourself again in a trap that you put to yourself, and then you think you believe that now I am the awareness. You are that what awareness is, but not as identified identity with the awareness. I am the awareness, and you also are the awareness. There is only this awareness, which you are, which we are. You and we, there's no identification, no difference. But this awareness doesn't know itself because it just is what is. Yeah. So always when you go to sleep, And in a deep sleep, there is no perception, not all, no consciousness, no perception at all, no time, no space. Everything is just disappearing, and that's what you are. So it's like you sit in the cinema and you watch a movie. There is a movie going on, like the world seemingly, all these actors, everything is happening. So this is the world. And then you have this absolute wall, which is not um, conditioned by the movie, because the movie is projected from the projector. So the world, the wall, this the curtain, and then the projector, the light itself, the light, which is projector projecting the movie. But what is projecting the projector? So you can also identify yourself with the projector, with the pure light, with the pure consciousness. I am the consciousness. But where is the consciousness in the deep sleep? When there is a deep sleep in night, even the consciousness is not there. So, like every morning, what happens is just a big bang. Like again, God, what you are, is just realizing itself as the Holy Trinity, but not in separation. It's like the projector, the projecting, the projected, the pure consciousness, the the nirvana or whatever, and then the world. Like there's no separation in it. So no identity whatsoever. Because also you can identify yourself like I am the there are so many like Archangel Gabriel coming to the world, saving the world, and identifying themselves with some angel family, and now all these concepts, or consciousness, or nirvana, the nothingness, non-duality, non-dual consciousness, also this one. So there are many, many possibilities to identify yourself. But every identity is identification. And when there's no I, what remains is just this, the presence itself, but you will not identify yourself. I am the present, and you also are the presence. It's just this what is, it's a direct manifestation of your godliness. And there's absolute stillness of the ego movements. Of course, the thoughts are appearing, but that what you are is not disturbed by the thoughts, because it is the thoughts. But there's no identity anymore, which could be disturbed by thoughts or identified with the thoughts. This is the freedom. So no identity is actually possible. No identification at all. No I, no identification. Like when you identify yourself with the body, and how do I know others are real and not the just being projected on the screen of consciousness? Yeah, the question is, who is asking the question? Who is asking the question? Who wants to know that? That's the question. Find the identity that asks this question. Because when you say real, you can only say the word real in relation to something which is unreal. Otherwise, the real will be not existing. It's like the left and the right, up and down, man and woman, small and big, child and mature, dark and light. This is all duality, night and day, cold and warm, pain and pleasure. So it's all the ego is moving in all this, but real, what is real? To identify something as real, you have to know the unreal. So the question is, what is unreal? For both of those, there has to be an I again. And this I is just not there. Just to see that this is not possible. Because there are no others. The others are not there because there is no you as identity, entity in relationship to other people. So again, you are that, what is, and the ego tries now to classify, to categorize this yes, this not. This could be, this is not. So again, ego is working. You understand? Like there is nothing real and there's nothing unreal because this would mean that there's again separation going on, and for the separation, it has to be seemingly one and two, real and unreal. But this is just impossible. So again, prison of duality. Yeah, just a seemingly illusion of separation. Seemingly, because separation is just not possible. Because for separation, there has to be one and two. So that means that there will be like one God and another God, or one entity to another entity, which is doing this thing or dreaming this thing. But you are the absolute dreamer of everything that has ever been, is now, and will be in this eternal now. As there is only this eternal now, appearing as that what is. And there are sensations, there are pain, there's pleasure, cold, warm, everything is just ex experienced, but by nobody. It's because you are that. You are dreaming yourself in this possibility of being, which is now, which you have now an absolute beautiful experience of being in Spain with your van driving around Blender. And the next moment will be something else. You will never know that, what comes as next. Because the next moment was the next moment. And you will never know what comes in the next moment. But the joke of the existence, the joke of the universe is that everything, every future, every past, every possibility of experience is always here and now. Because there's no real future, there's no real past, and there's not even the now where somebody could be in the now. But the nature of that what you cannot not be, nature of your godliness is everything always. Everything is always. Like all possible, impossible, parallel universes, whatever. Everything is everything is here now. The infinite moment contains every possibility. So from this perspective of the dream, you will never know what comes next, but you exactly know that everything is always. And this beauty of this being that nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens for that what we really are. Because it's not possible. Because you are the absolute dreamer of everything. So yes, just illusion means like you are getting lost yourself intentionally. You're getting lost yourself in your own creation, seemingly. In the Holy Trinity of the Father, pure consciousness, Holy Spirit, Holy Ghost, how is it called? The nothingness, the space, spaceless room, and then the world. Like you're dreaming that, and you're getting lost in that. And out of those, you're trying to find yourself, but it's just not possible because for that you would have to split. So you're splitting seemingly in a dream, but not possible in that what you are. So the only thing that is not possible is to forget yourself, which will be hell. Just imagine that you could really forget yourself who you are. But it happens just as a dream, an illusion. And those words, I cannot avoid it, not to do it, where there was a seemingly dream going on for many, many years and a lot of suffering, pain, and unimaginable, unbearable suffering. And there was this strong identification. I am here, I am the body. What the fuck is going on? I have control, I can do whatever I want. And life that I am was giving lessons step by step with a lot of pain and suffering. Like, you want this? Okay, go to this trap. You will know how it is to suffer. And then you will see that you have no control of whatsoever. And that's the freedom. Freedom to be what is. Absolute as that what is. And there's not, of course, here sometimes I identify myself with the story, but it's so rare, so not often. And when it comes to that, I immediately, like, after some seconds or some minutes, I see, okay, story, boom, again, going back to the moment, being what is, and immediately the story and the I dissolves completely, has no chance, and then you're that what is, the present itself, because you know exactly that you are everything what is, everybody, every human, every car, building, weather, sun. So you cannot complain about yourself. That's the beauty. But everybody is like running around all the day with the stories and identified with this, in shame, in blame, in trauma. But it is everything is you. So this is like total ease of just being what is, because you know that everything that comes is coming out of you. And that's the seemingly process of awakening. Where you're seemingly in the hell, but it's like going up, like just to illustrate this, just always to the sun that never knows any shadow, where you identify yourself with the shadows, and then you're awakening seemingly to that what you are. And then suddenly it's like this never happened. All the story was just a story, it's a dream of illusion, but never happened. So this is like boom, it never happened because there's only this eternal moment. So I always say that the story of awakening of Lukasz was such a hell, such an absolute painful suffering, several suicide attempts, depressions over years, tears over tears, and whatsoever, psychosis, thousands of them for years, and it never happened. But when I see now this out of that what I am, eternal life itself, I could not imagine a better adventure. It was a beautiful adventure to seemingly not know who I am, to seemingly live a dream of illusion and trying to find the truth and whatever. It was a perfect game. So I can only smile and see, wow, what an experience. All the suffering, all the pain. I will also make some videos and talk about how the story was seemingly going on. I will do videos on that for you guys. Just the story. So the story of, let's say, 18 years of suffering in its nature, it's not different when you go to the toilet to shit and come back. It's the same because there's no time. There's no real whatever. It never happened. Nothing ever happened because that you're absolute dreamer. You dream yourself always as the eternal moment. So the next moment could be like absolutely different. The next moment, 5 minutes later or now, the whole universe can completely change. Like the eternal life that you are has all possibilities. So tomorrow the war could end in Ukraine, but it could also expand to the whole world war or whatsoever, but nothing ever happened because it's just a dream, and everything comes as it has to come. Yeah, exactly. Like you're looking for the glasses. Where are my fucking glasses? Who am I? Who am I? What is that? What is all this shit? Is there a God? Are we an experiment of an aliens or whatever we are? What is that? Tell me who I am. And then you're like, fuck, this is me. I am that. You are that. Again, I will always now say only you are that. So this is like there's a Ramana called, and Karl Renz was talking about that as well, like seven states of self-realizing, where you are in the first state, you are thinking and believing that you are a human. I am the human body in a world, and the world is real, and there are other people. This is material things, solid, everything. And then you're waking up from the first state of hell of forgettingness. Suddenly you come to this absolute nothingness, however you call it, nirvana or whatever. Just this absolute dark, endless space, timeless space. Suddenly it opens, like it was in the story of Lukasz. And suddenly the whole world is like whoop, absolutely, completely out, and there is this nothingness. And this nothingness is so fulfilling, so absolute beautiful, so magnificent, so absolute beautiful that you, because this is the reminding of yourself, and then you suddenly, like was for me also here, nothing would ever give me in the world, even if I'm the king in the world, every woman is mine. I am the king of the universe. I can do whatever I want. This would not fulfill me because this nothingness is so much bigger and better and more beautiful than everything else possible in the world. So this is the second state of you reminding yourself. First is the world, then this nothingness, the second state of reminding yourself that this emptiness is, you meditate to it, because so it was here as well. I was studying in the university, I could fuck every woman, but instead I was reading books and meditating. So like it was like this, I want to go back there. This was so beautiful. I want to meditate. I have to go because I exactly knew this is the real thing. This is it. We just have to meditate into this nothingness. But it didn't happen because it just, you cannot go there. So this is seemingly the second state. And the third state will be the pure light of consciousness. Because this emptiness is still not enough, not fulfilling enough. And then there it comes this experience of the pure light, the pure consciousness, the first experience. Again, much better than the emptiness, much pure consciousness. I am the pure consciousness, the light. But still illusion, still identification. So the third state of reminding yourself. And then you come to the fourth one, to the project, to the beyond the projector of consciousness. And this is what you cannot not be. There's no identification possible anymore. The fourth state, where you don't know who you are and who you not are, who are you are not. No identification more possible. And out of that, what you cannot not be, what is in the deep sleep before consciousness, the absolute knowingness, not knowingness. Then the absolute, that what consciousness is and the world itself, you are. and there's no identification more possible because you are that. You are this. So this was like here in the story. It can happen like that. So like people having this near death experience, a lot of them are just like, believing in God or being absolute not believing, and they suddenly, because this is like the shock awakening, like boom, an accident where the brain is dead for some minutes, and then the nature of God is just opening to itself for a moment. Like there is this emptiness, the pure light, where they want to go because it's so beautiful. Doesn't matter if you have children in the world and wife and whatever, you will not go back because this light is so beautiful, but it's still a dream. Like you and the light, which you are, and there is no you because you are that what the light and the world is. So many people have a near-death experience also talking today because this is also the work of life, how life is playing itself to remind us still in the dream. Yeah. So you are that, just like that. Nothing else is possible. Yeah, we wanted to talk about plans, huh? What is a plan? Can you plan something? Planning. Yeah, so planning can happen. Like seemingly this kind of what is happening now, this live meeting in YouTube, it was the absolute plan that had had to happen. So the whole universe, whole life intended everything to do this moment, to be this moment. Like you cannot avoid it. So if planning is coming, then you will plan. But exactly knowing that everything that will come has to come exactly as it comes because it cannot be differently. And even if you plan and then suddenly something happens and the plan is just not coming to reality, not experiencing. So that was the plan. Always the plan. It's like always that what happens. But nobody can plan anything to create something new that never ever has been before because everything is this is the nature of God. Yeah, like the stream. There was an impulse, like suddenly just all the possibility came together just to this thought or whatever, just okay, plan the stream. And then boom, it came just like that. Like everything appears by itself. Like when I tell you now that you have no control over your breath, suddenly, because I say breathing in control, there's attention to it, the breathing in out, which was never there before. Everything came automatically all the time. The breathing is happening by itself, like the heart beating, and all this millions of processes alone in the body. Now imagine the whole universe, and you think you have a control over something that you can say where to go, what to do. How stupid is that? Like find the identity, find the entity that could plan or not plan. This is always the question. Who is asking the question, and who is there to control or to plan or not to plan? But still, it's happening by itself, like those thoughts now. There's no thinking what to say, how to say, just bam, coming out like that. Bam, 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 out of that what I am. Yeah, absolutely. This is like life talks to itself eternally. So when somebody calls your name, immediately like, "Hey, I'm here. What's up?" You cannot avoid it. "Hey, Lukasz, yeah, what's up?" Or a phone is ringing or whatever, everything just happens. So this absolute ease of existence, just being what is, nobody in control of whatsoever, absolute freedom. No future, no past, no now even. No identity of I, no possibility of I. Absolute. Woo-wee, pop-doo-doo-doo. This is it. Feels a lot like going with the flow of life. Yeah, who is going with the flow? Again, an identity. Yeah, flowing with implies a separation. So there's still somebody on the wave, like waving the wave, but you are the ocean and the waves. So yeah, who is flowing with what? With what? That's the question always. You are the flow of life. You are the flow. There's no identity, no I for flowing with the life or being in the flow. Yeah. Also, this is too much. Identity too much. So it's like the ocean waves, and the waves are coming and going, but you think you are the wave that you could control how to flow. Then suffering occurs because the nature of the wave is changing, flowing itself, because it is the ocean and it's not the wave itself. So just imagine, look into the water, to the ocean, and just imagine that the wave could have its own free will and possibility to do what to do, not to do. It's always the ocean that's absolutely impossible. Yeah. So planning can happen, but nobody does it. So if you're really authentic with yourself, how often in your life everything appeared as you intended and wanted to? So there are three ways to unhappiness. Get what you not want, to get what you want, and to get something differently what you wanted, yeah? Is it this one? I'm lost now. But you want to know what I mean? This, even if the I thinks that, oh, now I got something that I wanted, I intended that, I manifested, again, it's illusion. Because if it would be like that, you would have the free will of doing whatsoever all the time. So you cannot not manifest. There is only manifestation as that what is now. But the question is always for whom and who is trying to manifest, who is there to being in lack. Because if you want something, it means that you are in lack, that now is not enough, that you have to go for the future and then seemingly because you have an idea that something is there to get because then you will be better. So again, it's like a trap that you go into yourself thinking that you could control the circumstances and the seemingly future. So you have a bag full of stones and you hope for a better now. But it will always be the now, the absolute now. Absolute. Questions, guys. We have 2 people online. That's crazy. Yeah, there could be like this psychological flow. Like also the psychologists are not are where they cannot explain something, they call it black box. Like the philosophers also, they get this aim, like this goal. They have like God or truth or whatever. They This is the philosophy. Always rounds and smaller and concepts, books, and language that nobody understands, and they seemingly never will get to this point. Never will get to that what they are, which is the truth itself. Because in this truth, there is no I. So there's the worst nightmare for philosophers. There is absolutely you cannot know anything. That's why it's Osho said it's a philosophy, teaching of the fulls, where they are like absolute in the mind, completely lost in their concepts, always thinking, inventing new words. When they have one question which is answered, two more arises, and there's this endless tree growing, and with the hope or just the eyes completely strong in philosophers. You can just observe it. They are like not present at all. I mean, the presence is not there. It's like only the mind, like mechanical body, no light shining, like being that what is, which is the only truth. Like there's this sentence, let me not fail it in English. Those who don't know that they don't know anything know less than those who know that they don't know anything. Aristoteles. Yeah, there is no mind, seemingly, but there is no mind. This was appears, the appearance, but you will not get a center of whatever. So it's only that what appears. Like when you have a dream at night, when you dream in the night, and when you have a scenario in the dream, body, a circumstance, a situation, you're running away from a thief or whatsoever, there's a absolute experience of a totally new world and totally absolute experience of the dream. And you have no memory to that dream which are dreaming now. So the Lukasz and Lender is not there in this dream. And then you wake up, who? And you say it was just a dream, but you wake up into another dream, in that dream, and you think that this is real and this what you dream at night was unreal. Because you identify yourself with that dream, you think you are the body, but the nature of the dream at night, and this one now is absolutely the same. There is no single difference between the night dream and the dream here and the now, the so-called daydream. Absolute no difference. Because that what you are, the absolute is just dreaming. Inception. And because you identify it with the body, immediately, like a coin, there's a fear of losing the body. The fear of when I'm not the body anymore, who am I? Then just because of this identification, I'm the body. Suddenly you are like, whoa, but who am I when the body is not there anymore? And you have a fear of death. The most beautiful experience, death. You are in fear of this. Because basically this is a dream and you go home after death. Like not go home, like that what home is like obvious. And then you dream yourself in something else. Another body, another world, another universe, another experience. Eternally, no beginning, no end. You just dream yourself. Yeah. So nobody flows with the flow of life because you are the flow of life itself. I made a video on that as well. Yeah, deep for whom? The same question, deep for whom? So the eye tries to understand this. Good luck. Yeah, for that what is, nothing is required. Nothing has to be understood. Because that what is your nature. Doesn't know any question, doesn't know any deepness of whatsoever. It's only the I that can ask himself and try to understand, believe, or search. So your nature is not just that what you cannot not be, which is always, and always has been. So it's just the most natural. So it's not like, oh, I'm enlightened now. God, it's so amazing. Holy shit, I'm God. Hey, let's go. No, this will be the spiritual ego again. That's why it's a called the word awakening is like you have to say because nobody awakes. It's just is seemingly reminding who you are. Where that I just drops. It's like a fart that smells for a while and then it's gone. It was never there. Yeah. And what remains is always what you are because there is nothing else. As the moment is. And everything is possible whatsoever. And every moment is made for the seemingly awakening. Every moment, those words happening now, the whole effort, like the whole life of Lukasz is focusing on this for you guys. I cannot escape that. This is what life I am wants to manifest, to remind itself seemingly. So yeah, no state of enlightenment, no state of unenlightenment, because for both there has to be an I. Yeah. Okay, Lander. See you, man. See Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. I think we will. Yeah, it's like 50 minutes, maybe 10 minutes more. Let's see. We can just enough. Like my voice is not. This one is like hurting already. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, and yeah, much love, brother. Much love. Yeah, I have to check all those possibilities here in this YouTube stream. But basically, it's very easy actually. Just a stream, then you have this settings. Yeah, I don't know why, but I could stream from the phone, but I'm not allowed to. I don't know. By 50 subscribers, it should be possible. So until it's possible on my phone, I will have to do it from my studio here now, guys. But maybe next time, checking the better light conditions somehow, because this is a very dark room. But I think it's not that bad. It's okay. We can do it. We have a perfect acoustics here. So all those panels you can see here on the walls are just made for absorption for the sound. And yeah, that's what I make music here in this room, my studio. I do some streams, by the way. You can check it if you want, if you're interested. I just stream all those activities I do, like playing chess, making music, and working with ChatGPT, stuff like that, writing maybe everything. Let's see, just streaming that, and yeah, okay. Community, let's see the possibilities here. So, guys, if you have some questions, you are welcome, of course. Share yourself, whatever is there. That's the space for you. Be completely open. Nobody here is judging. Nobody here is laughing or whatsoever. This is absolute space for openness, clarity, and sincerity. So just share yourself. Be as you are, because you are beautiful as you are, absolute as you are. There's nothing wrong about you, nothing right about you, because you are absolute expression of God that you are. So yeah, good. So I would say it's enough. 53 minutes of streaming. Great, great. Thank you very much for being here. If you have some questions, if you feel like one-on-one conversation, or maybe my WhatsApp group you'd like to join, you'll find my information about that on my homepage, the description of the video and the description of the live stream. And yeah, you can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Instagram as well. TikTok, I don't like, to be honest. X, what do I have? Threads, but mostly YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. What else do we have? I don't know. So you can find me, you can write me, you can be in contact with me if you wish. I forgot. Um, yeah, Patreon also. Yeah, so find those informations, and if you feel like contacting me, you are very, very welcome. So let's make it perfect 55 minutes. Let's wait some seconds. We are done. Curious if I can do it. 55 exactly. 30 seconds left. Let's play a little bit. Okay. 20 seconds. And just see the microphone. Everything's working. I can share also my desktop. I see it. Okay. Microphone. But it seems to work. Everything was fine. Beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See ya.